here together, we acknowledge and respect this sacred land on which Victoria University operates. It has been a site of human activity for thousands of years. This land is the territory of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Misagas of the Credit. The territory was the subject of the dish with one spoon, one belt covenant, an agreement between the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe nations to peaceably share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. Today, Toronto is still the home to many indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and
And,
we
and
are and we are encouraged to continually strengthen our relationship among all living beings and with this land. God intentionally created human diversity so that people of different traditions could uh, learn from one another, live in mutual respect, and grow together in understanding and peace.
Thank you, Mujran, and welcome everyone. So today we're having a multi-faith, interfaith gathering, and the shape of it is chanting. So, and the theme, we were thinking about love and compassion That is wholeness. This is a very traditional way to teach. That is wholeness. This is wholeness. From wholeness, wholeness comes, but making wholeness, creating wholeness, taking from wholeness. Wholeness is never diminished. So it's radical non-dualism at the heart of Hindu tradition and also Buddhism. So it goes like this. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. So I will lead call and response line by line and invite you to make whatever sounds come. They're all good if they're made with good intention. So beginning, and I think I'm going to sit, so we're more of a circle and less of a performance. So the first line, Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Purnamevavashishyate. Beautiful. So let's continue. Let's start with the inhale. We'll chant Om once, and then we'll come into this repetition a bunch of times. And then I will say when there's three more, one more, and then we can chant Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi at the end, which is the word for peace. Okay? So let's inhale together. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat
for this, you'll find that people calling this loving kindness meditation or compassion meditation. And there are many different versions, different variations of the chant. And uh, in this tradition, we are trying to picture us like giving out love and have the compassion for all beings. And in Buddhism, all being is not just the human being, but also animals, plants, and heavenly beings and spiritual beings. And uh, sometimes when you look for this kind of chant, it might start with giving compassion towards yourself first, and at the end, it's starting to grow and move towards other people, people around you, people all around the world. And in this particular portion that I have here, this is the same chant that I grew up in Thailand. So this is a chant that we do every morning, usually at school. So during like a morning gathering, I'm not sure what you call it here, but like in the morning, students will gather together, right? And then someone will lead us with this chant. And the way we do it in Thailand would be we read this Pali text with Thai translation. So it will be one line in the translation and one line in the translation. Um, so I have the translation here. So the first line is, I'm going to read it first and then with the translation, and then we can practice it together. So the first line is Sappe Satta. Sappe Satta means all beings. Right? And Avera Hontu is may they be without hostility. Apiyapacha Hontu, may they be without malevolence. Anika Hontu, may they be without suffering. Sukhi Atanam Pariharantu, may they be able to take care of themselves happily. And there is no specific kind of rhythm or tone that you need for this chant, and some people might just read it plain like that. But I found that in some traditions, especially from Thai Buddhists, some people would kind of add some kind of melody to it. So I'm gonna try to do it once, and then you can try to listen, and we can practice together. Sappe satta abera hontu apaya pacha hontu anika hontu sukhi atanam pariharantu. So something like that. Okay, let's try like my line together. Okay, I'll say it first and you can repeat after me. Okay. Sappe satta avera hontu apya pacha hontu anika hontu sukhi atanam pariharantu. That's very nice. Okay, let's try to do it repeatedly. Few times, 3 times maybe? Okay. Okay, let's do 3 times all together. Okay. Okay. Sappe satta sukhi atanam pariharantu. Before we start the next round, try to now picture, the creatures of the world, different beings around this area or this place, and try to imagine, a beam of light coming out from yourself towards all the people, all the creatures, all the beings around us. Okay. Okay. Sappe satta avera hontu
chant is called the Shilaya counting song. It goes through the numbers in the Shilaya language, counting from 1 to 10. The Shilaya are one of the indigenous clans in Taiwan. There are 16 Taiwanese Aboriginal people are officially recognized by the Taiwanese government. And they were just, Shilaya people were just officially recognized by the Taiwanese government on October 28th, only a few days ago. Yeah, so yeah. For a long time, scholars believe that Shilaya people had been fully assimilated into Han Chinese culture, society, and their language and culture had disappeared, but they did not. In response to this loss, a group of Shilaya elders and musicians formed an Omini bamboo ensemble. Through their music making, they are not only bringing Shilaya culture back to life, but also inspiring others to learn about their indigenous identity. And was included in the Presbyterian Church of Taiwan hymnal in 2009. So everybody repeat after me. Sa, 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 duha, dulu, aba, lima, anim, pitu, hipa, matuta, hidian. Good job. Try again. Sa, sa, duha, dulu, aba, lima, anim, pitu, kipa, matuta, kiditen, kiditen. Yeah. So the T sound would pronounce the D sound. So the P should pronounce the B. So like a B, P-do is a B-do. Okay. So let's try it again. Okay. Just to kind of read one more time. Sa sa, duha, duru, aba, lima, anim, pitu, kipa, matuta, kidien. Okay, so sing after me. Sa sa duha duru, duha duru, apparima anim, apparia anim, pitu kipa matuta kidien, pitu kipa matuta kidien, pitu kipa matuta kidien. Pipa Matsuda Kidien. One more time. Sasa duha duru. Sasa duha duru. Apparima anim. Apparima anim. Pitsu pita Matsuda Kidien. Pitu kipa Matsuda Kidien. Pitu kipa Matsuda Kidien. Tsukita Matsuda Kidien. Let's try it again. Let's sing it together. Just combine everything. One more time. Go. Sasa duha duru. Apparima anim. Pitu kipa Matsuda Kidien. Pitsu pipa Matsuda Kidien. Again. Sasa duha duru. Amarima anin. Pitsu kita Matsuda Kidien. Pitsu kita Matsuda Kidien. Sasa duha duru, maparima ahari, pitsu pipa matsuda kidite, Bitsukipa Matsuda Kidien. So what we're gonna do now is to make two groups. We're gonna sing the canonical style. So on my left side, you're gonna sing the part 1, and my right side, part 2. Okay, let's try it one more time. Go. Sa sa do ha, sa sa do ha, Amari, Amaria, Bitsu biba, Bitsu biba, Atsu biba, Atsuda diba, Atsuba kitire. One. So we just keep going for twice. Okay, one more time. One more time. That sounds lovely. Okay. I just don't have time. Okay. Okay. One more time. Sorry. One more time. And sa sa do sa sa do. Amari amari. Bitsu bita bitsu bita bitsu bita bitsu di. Sa sa do ha sa sa do. Sasaduhaduru Amaria Ani Bitsudi Masuna Kidien Bitsudipta Atsuda Kidien Lalulu.
Okay, the next one. Hello, is this working? Did I? Okay, sorry. Okay, this next one is this Christian tradition. It's called Gregorian chant, and it is a very very old tradition of Christianity. So this phrase is called Kyrie, right? It comes from the phrase called Kyrie eleison, and the phrase Kyrie eleison is a very old saying, and some people think it's predated even Christianity, and it might be something that people say to the emperor. It's in Greek. It just means Lord have mercy. So it might just be something that people say to the emperor, to have mercy on them. But Christians have adopted it. It has been used in the liturgy since the 4th century. And the word Christe eleison is added by Pope Gregory the Great. That's the name of the Gregorian chant is come from. And it's since the 7th century. And it has been used in the liturgy, in Christian worship since then until this day. A lot of churches are still saying Kyrie eleison. A lot of it's still in the hymn book. It's still in the hymn book, especially in Catholic tradition, Anglican tradition, maybe. Even my church in United Church, we sing Kyrie eleison every week. So, but there's so many different variations of this music, right? It's set to a different music, different melody. And as you can see here, this is a version 16 because there are so many different versions. And I chose this one because I think it's the easiest one to sing. Because a lot of them have a very complex melody. And what you can see on the screen here, it looks like a musical notation, but it's older than the modern notation that we used to. You can see there's only 4 lines as opposed to 5 lines, which is how we usually write music nowadays. So this system is called neumes, and it's very old. And this one up here, this is the clef, this is the C clef, and this is where it's not in a fixed position, so different song might have this clef at a different point, but this will be the C note, which is the do So this one will be sol la ti, something like that, right? Yeah. And then and you can see here when the 2 notes are connected like this is like you kind of go from the one square to the curved one. Yeah. So I'm gonna sing the whole thing one time and we can figure out how we can do that together, okay? Kyrie eleison. And then we will repeat this by the symbol, right? Kyrie Okay, and then this next phrase. Christe eleison. Christe eleison. And the third one is the same as the first one. Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison. Okay, and the last one, is this the hardest one? So just keep in mind, okay. Kyrie eleison. If you notice that it doesn't sound like the normal tone that you would expect, because back in those days, they don't use the same scale that we use nowadays, right? So this will be called Phrygian scale. Now we will call them Phrygian scale. So that's why it doesn't sound like what you would expect. So it's a bit tricky, especially here, right? So just be mindful. But if you all know the musical notation, it just will be like sol la ti, sol la ti ti, sol la re, sol la do la ti sol la sol fa mi. So it ends at mi, not do, right? So that's why it's different. Okay, let's try. I'll do it first, and then we do it together. Okay. Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison. Very good. Okay, now we're gonna do the whole thing together. So the way this symbol here, I think when it's IIG, I'm not sure what it stands for, but it says it means that we repeat this twice. So we create twice and increase it twice, and then this one it doesn't repeat because they have different melodies, right? So there are 6 portions. The first 2 are the same melody. Second 2 is the same melody. The third and the fourth one is the same melody. The fifth one is the same as the first 2, and then the sixth one is the special one. And usually how it goes in the mass, right? So there will be a cantor, which is a leader. They will sing the odd one, and the congregation will respond with the even one. So I'll sing Kyrie, and you guys will sing Kyrie. I'll sing Christe, and you all will sing Christe, and I'll sing this normal melody, Kyrie, and you will sing this, the complicated one. Okay? Let's try until we get it. Okay? Okay, let's go. Kyrie eleison.
Kyrie eleison.
Christe eleison.
Christe eleison.
Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison. Okay, you might notice that because this is a very old system, right? It doesn't follow what we expect for our music today. That like every measure would have the same amount of notes, amount of beat, right? And you notice that it's trickier to sing the second one because it doesn't have the same syllables as the first one. So just be mindful of that. It's just Christe eleison. It's just shorter than the first one. Okay, let's try again one more time. Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison. Christe eleison. Christe eleison. Kyrie Okay, let's do one more time. Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison. Christe eleison. Christe eleison. Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison. Great, thank you.
In Islamic tradition, the purpose is to be insan-ı kamil, the best human being, to be your best self. That's why the most powerful prayer, I mean, we don't have chant, we have prayer or dhikr. The most powerful dhikr is saying the names of Allah, the beautiful names of Allah. These are attributes of Allah. There are thousands of attributes of Allah, but mainly 99 names are preferred and frequently prayed. And especially after every prayer, it is recommended that it's not obligation, but it's recommended that to say these names. And we are recommended that to say them in silence. Think the attributes of Allah, the God, and then say these names. Before coming to these names, I want to talk about some examples how insan-ı kamil, perfect human being, can be. So I am going to give three parables, three stories from ancient and from today, and then we will go into dhikr. First one is from Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi, a great scholar, spiritual leader. At that time, people did not, he gives an example, a story. People did not know what is elephant. So they brought an elephant, this is the story, and a couple of people sent into a dark room with the elephant. And they said, okay, go into the room and tell us, what is it? What is elephant? So they went in, they have never seen elephant, think at that time, so like 600 years ago, 800 years ago. They went into room, one touched the trunk, and he said, this is what? A pillar, a pipe. One touched the ear. He said, this is a big, what is it? Fan. One touched the leg, and he said, this is a pillar. One touched the tail, and he said, this is a pipe. No, rope. So they came up, they start arguing. No, it is a pillar. No, it is a rope, etc. So Rumi says that they were all right, but they took what they were given as a truth, their only truth. He says, we have lots of barriers in our life. These are language, our colors, our faith, etc. But if you just open a candle in that room, they will realize that this is a huge animal which has all these qualities. So he says that heart, love is like a candle. Through this candle, we can see the exact truth. Otherwise, if we insist only what we see, then we will be like those people to call the elephant like a rope or a fan or a pillar. So that's why he says that come whoever you are. You know, this is Rumi's very special, I mean, very popular saying. Our way is not the way of despair. Our way is not the way of hopelessness. Come, whoever you are, come, whether believer, non-believer, etc. So this is from Rumi. We can go to next slide. And he says, love does not argue, it understands. It does not divide, it connects. Next one, please. Another poet like Rumi, Yunus Emre, almost lived same era, and he says that let us love and be loved, for this world shall not remain to no one. Let's love, let's be loved. This world will remain to no one. I mean, no one has a pocket, no one has a bank account, and at the end of the day, we go all on the same place. We can continue. And I want to give an example from our day. Fatma auntie lives in US, a friend of my mother of my friend. He has no English at all, zero. He visited, came to his son, but his son is busy. After a couple of weeks, his son realized that neighbor George is asking, how's your mom? Another neighbor is bringing coffee for, cakes for him. Another neighbor is asking, Fatma auntie, do you have any garbage? It is the day to throw, don't forget. His son says, Mom, how did you do that? I mean, how do you communicate with these people? You don't know English. I didn't introduce them to you. He says, son, they are our neighbors. Whenever I cook anything, I take one, plates to them, and they invite me. So we sit together, we discuss. I mean, how they discuss? What is uniting them? Love is uniting them. And this is a real story. And I witnessed myself. My mother-in-law came here. Again, if you ask here, if you call her today, she says, how is your right neighbor doing? He was not feeling okay. So only the language of love connects us. We can continue. So as I said, in Islamic tradition, most powerful prayer is the attributes of Allah. Ar-Rahman, most compassionate, whose mercy embraces all beings without limit. Al-Wadud, most loving, whose love is pure and constant, reaching every open heart. That's why it is recommended to say this prayer so that you can gain these attributes, you can become like these people. Next slide, please. So there is a melody in this. I mean, normally, as I said, it's recommended to say it in silence whenever you are alone and remember the attributes of Allah. But also, it is also recommended that when you get together, you can say these names and then you can remember and, spiritually raise each other's position. I just will make a small start, how to do this melody, and I will give it to Zübeyde. She will continue. If you are comfortable, you can repeat with us. It is like this. Ya Cemil, Ya Allah, Ya Garib, Ya Allah. Okay, first one, let's repeat together. Ya Cemil, Ya Allah, Ya Garib, Ya Allah. You know it already. Okay, so Cemil Ya Allah means, oh beautiful one. Means, if you repeat this, by the time you gain this attribute also. Ya Karib Ya Allah, oh near one, you are near me. You remember that God is always present with you. Ya Mujib Ya Allah, oh one who answers all your prayers. Ya Habib Ya Allah, oh beloved one. So it continues like this. Now I give it to Zübeyde. She will continue.
Yeah, we can start all together if you want. يا جميل يا الله يا قريب يا الله يا مجيب يا الله يا حبيب يا الله يا رؤوف يا الله يا عطوف يا الله يا معروف يا الله يا لطيف يا الله يا عزيم يا الله يا حنان يا الله يا منان يا الله يا ديان يا الله يا سبحان يا الله يا أمان يا الله يا برهان يا الله يا سلطان يا الله يا مستعان يا الله يا محسن يا الله يا متعال يا الله يا رحمن يا الله يا رحيم يا الله يا كريم يا الله يا مجيد يا الله يا فرد يا الله يا وتر يا الله يا أحد يا الله يا صمد يا الله يا محمود يا الله يا صادق الوعد يا الله يا علي يا الله يا غني يا الله يا شافي يا الله يا كافي يا الله يا معافي يا الله يا باقي يا الله يا هادي يا الله يا قادر يا الله يا ساتر يا الله يا قهار يا الله يا جبار يا الله يا غفار يا الله يا فتاح يا الله.
Thank you, friends, for your sharing and teaching and guiding through these beautiful sounds and intentions, meanings, reflections together. My co-lead, uh, it was her intention most strongly to have this gathering be about love and compassion. And she couldn't be with us today, but she did send her closing remarks, which I will read. So this is from Faraday. Dear professors and friends, as we come to the end of our time together, let us pause for a moment to feel rather than to speak, to listen with our hearts and not just our ears. Across all faiths, love and compassion are not just feelings, they are sacred ways of being that go beyond words and borders. In Islam, love and compassion are among God's names. Al-Rahman, Al-Rahim, and I know I'm not getting that R correctly, but living these qualities reflects God's mercy in how we treat each other. In Buddhism, compassion, karuna, is the path to enlightenment. When we act kindly toward another, we ease not only their suffering, but our own. In Hinduism, ahimsa, or non-violence, teaches that true love is shown through gentle and respectful actions toward all life. In Christianity,
God is love. When lived through compassion, this love becomes a pure form of worship, a language of the heart without words. In indigenous traditions, love and compassion are seen in the sacred circle, connecting all life. Mother Earth teaches us patience and generosity, reminding us of this compassion. Here in Canada, a land where many faiths and cultures coexist, diversity becomes harmony. Love and compassion may be expressed in many languages, yet they carry the same truth. As we leave today, let us let our actions speak beyond words with kindness, respect, and shared humanity. Oh, they are here. Thank you. Okay. And then, despite not being here, Faraday created packages for each of us to take with us. They are little gingerbread, pumpkin spiced hearts with Canadian flags on them, which you are welcome to enjoy with, I don't think we have, do we have tea or coffee here? In the common room. We can enjoy them with your coffee at another time. Yeah, and that was a big gesture from her to bring more warmth to our hearts. So thank you again for your participation and bringing your hearts, your voices, your minds, of course, as well, but into unity here. And next week we have a Buddhist gathering on the theme of interbeing. So come join us for that one. Thank you, everyone.